I'm switching guns. I decided since I'm switching guns, and I often get a lot of questions about, you know, what optic am I running, what gun, what holster, what belt, so on and so forth. I'd kind of introduced my new setup. So I'm now running the Walther PPQ Q5 match steel frame. That's a mouthful. I'm running the Trigon SRO on top with the just the standard plate that came, the mounting plate that came with the gun. Trigger is still completely stock. The only modification that I've made to it is, you see there, I was missing it had the stock mag release, which was very short, didn't protrude very far. So I was finding that I had to break my grip to reach it, or else I'd miss it like half the time. I didn't want to wait to order one of these guys, so I actually had an extra Shadow 2 mag button, extended mag button. So I drilled and tapped the stock mag button and then just screwed that right in, and it's working out really well. I had to modify the stock grip a little bit so that it would give the button clearance. You can see there, that's the shape of the stock. I have some Loke grips on order, the palm swells. I'm gonna give those a shot. I think I'm gonna like those a little bit better. It's gonna fill my hand up a little bit. I know there's a lot of complaints, like a lot of people bitch about the short grip. I'm okay. I don't have very big hands, but you can see here, my hand fits perfectly on that grip. So I shot about 350 rounds today, mostly doubles, so I can get used to the travel of the trigger. It's much longer stock than my SIG trigger, but you can see here the reset and the brake is really nice. It's got a little bit of creep, I think, but it's not objectionable. But this, like, look at it, there's a lot of pre-travel. There's the wall, which I did not have on my SIG trigger, so I had to get used to that. Pros so far, the gun is way more accurate than my SIG. I can get really tight groups, both on the off a brace, but then also freestyle. I seem to be more accurate. The other thing that I noticed, and again, I don't know if it's, you know, I'm just in love with it, whatever, infatuation with the new gun, but I seem to transition the gun more precisely. And it could be just the weight balance of the gun. I just prefer it more. Today I did doubles and some transitions, and I'm just really transitioning the gun. Really accurate. I'm not over transitioning. The interesting thing is that the gun is a little bit heavier, a couple ounces heavier than my SIG. That's without the mag. So I just think it's the weight distribution, the balance on the gun is a little bit better, or I prefer it better. As far as my belt, I'm running a double alpha belt and double alpha racer mag pouches. I have this here, which is just a double alpha belt mount, and then I just screwed a magnet that I ordered off of Amazon on here, so that I can run a mag off of my magnet. The holster is a very nice GX, the GX Vice holster. In my opinion, best holsters made, but you have to wait. Like, I think he's at 14 weeks now. If you have a holster to run and you want to buy a second holster, definitely worth the wait. If you're in a hurry, don't order it, because you're going to be waiting a long time. But the nice thing about this, I mean, it's smooth, man. So there's like little retention there. You can't, like here, I'll do it this way. No retention basically, but then if I flip this cam lever up, it's not going anywhere. And this is really nice for in-between stages, right? I don't have to mess. It's always a consistent draw pull or draw stroke retention wise. But then after I'm done shooting, I can flip this up and I have no concern while resetting or ROing, chasing the shooter down, that my gun is going to fall out of my holster. So that's a huge plus. The other thing I got here is just, it's the stock PPQ mags that came with the gun, which are 15 round. On the back, I have a Terran +5 base plate, extended base plate, with the Graham springs and the Graham followers. And they're actually P320 Graham springs and followers. The only thing I had to do was on the back here of the follower is shave it down a little bit because it was rubbing. So I did that with all three. I'm able to run 22+1. I tested that today throughout, and I had no malfunction. So very reliably 22+1. I did manage to try 23+1, but I don't know that I would do that. Even though it ran the 3 times that I did it, I don't know that I'd do that in a match right now. Now, I do have on order, TTI Terran Tactical makes a ultra thin follower. So it's about half the thickness of the Grahams. So supposedly I should be able to get another 2 rounds with that. So 23+1 should run very, very reliably. 24, you can load it, but it won't reload. That's what I've read on the interwebs. And last but not least, I have this, my overlay belt keeper. This is the envy of all of my squad mates. Like, they saw this and they went on and on. It was the talk of the match. I won't say exactly what they were saying, but it was definitely the talk of the match. Actually, a friend of mine, I got this in the mail. It was a gift from a friend of mine. He knows I'm a stickler of the rules. I guess I'm taking it as a compliment. I don't think he meant it as one, but it's a little belt keeper, so it kind of holds the belt in place. But then I got my 2 trusty overlays handy at all times. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got something out of it. You can see my new gun. I really just wanted to flex a little bit. Bryce, boomer flex here with my boomer money. All right, guys, thanks a lot.